Good evening, everyone. This is Mike, and I am going to go over a Web 2.0 tool with you. I was originally going to do Plickers, but I changed my mind at the last minute a few days ago as my stat teacher introduced me to something called Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a really interesting web tool that I found to be super engaging, and I think that the students would think it's super engaging as well. Flipgrid is a video discussion board where students can view prompts, teachers can post prompts, and they have the ability to respond in video format. The students have several different things that they can do, and I'll show you that in just a minute. I created an educator login. It was a free login, and it gives you access to one grid. So this is my home screen when you log into Flipgrid. Basically shows you that I have a grid open, and up here there's some tools, and we'll go over each of the tools briefly. But the whole thing is you create a grid with several different topics. It reminds me of a Pinterest board, actually, and I'll explain to you why I think of that once we can look at a full grid. But this is the one that I created. I created a classroom grid, and you can create a lot more different types of grids. I created a classroom grid, and there were some topics in here, ideas, your class, and this is a topic that I added. So it was very simple to add the topic. It was just click a new topic, you typed in the information, and when you click on this, it had the opportunity for me to take a selfie and add some cool little animations to it to make it look funny for the students. But this was a video that I recorded, and if you click here, you can hear the video that I did record.
My question today is, how can Flipgrid enhance learning in your classroom? So hopefully you can learn a little bit about this new tech tool and check it out to see how you can increase engagement with video discussions.
So this gives you the opportunity, you would record a video, you would record a prompt, you can type it right back here. So the students have the ability to read it, or they can watch the video, and then they would record their response, and their response would be down here. Obviously, no one's respond to mine. I don't have students in my class, so I don't have responses. But when they would respond, you would see them down there, and you as a teacher would have the ability to respond to the students, and they would be able to view your video response. Back to my grids, just different tools that you can do to keep them active. You can share the grid in a URL. You can embed it into a web page, or you can give the students a QR code. One of the downfalls I found about this program was that when I had to create an account, you had to provide them your name and your email address. And I know that some public school jurisdictions with privacy and data do not allow students to enter their email address. So this may be concerning for some school districts. They might not be able to use it. So, but some really cool things about the program. You can go to Discovery, and this is just discovering different topics. So you can scroll down, and there's hundreds of different topics that you can look at. You can search by audience. You can search by topic. You can search by goals, or you can just type into the search bar. So I was just looking through, and I was kind of filtering through how many people use this, and I found this Would You Rather Math. And it's just, giving kids different math questions. It's for elementary school. It's just for fun. And you're talking about multiplication, extensions. So this is a great way to extend activities for students. They have the opportunity to view different, you can add this topic to your Flipgrid. So you can just go in and click on their topic and then add that to your Flipgrid. Once you look through topics, if you wanted to look at other boards, some of the people, when you create your Flipgrid, you have the ability to make it private or public. If you make it public, then it'll be posted in the Global Grid connection, where there are just a whole bunch of different topics that students can look at and look at the people's grid. So this first one is about sharks, which is pretty interesting. It gives you some information here, and it tells you it's second grade through seventh grade, and it gives you a connections goal. So if this is something you're interested in for your science unit, you'd have the ability to visit this grid and take a look. And this is why I said it looks like a Pinterest board, because it just gives you a lot of different things. You can scroll down. It just has the layout. It looks like a Pinterest or something similar to that. So this is what your grid would look like if you would look at it through a student view. So the students would see this and they would click on it, and they could see what's going on. This is just a animated picture. They could click on the topic. And this said, I do my 2-week session, we had a blast, and these are just responses to this person's topic. So this little girl, Isabella here, you could click on her, and she has a question.
2 questions I have for you is...
So as she's answering her questions, you can see over on this side, Jonathan, who is the owner of the account, he took the opportunity to respond to her questions in a video format. So it's a discussion board using video, and obviously you can see why the kids would think this is super fun, and even all the way up to a university level. It creates a engaging way for students to focus on what they're doing. Going back to the teacher dashboard, there's some different upgrades that you can get. So like I said, this one was free. I get 1 Flipgrid. And if you pay $65 a year, you get unlimited grids, unlimited topics, and it just gives you different things. One of the neat things is that the students have the ability to give feedback to each other with the unlimited part, so you'd have to pay for that. You can give custom grid codes with the pay version, and there's just different things that you get with using the paid version. So basically, this is just a way, like I said, to extend in multiple ways. This can be an inquiry-based way to collect data, where you can just find out what kids know. They can access their prior learning, and it gives a really fun and engaging way for students to talk about what they know. And you could even use it as like a temperature check in the morning for kids, just to see how their day is starting. But this could be used in multiple ways. So I hope you enjoyed learning about Flipgrid, and I hope you can find a way to use it in your classroom.